Look, leg of the bull, leg of the bull. As above, so below. Now watch what this do. Look. Now I told you I had to have two of them pointing in the opposite direction. Oh no, this is this direction. This is telling me, pointing down, that this was coming from the mother line. This was coming from the mother line. Now, when I go back in my other phone to show y'all, go a little deeper than we going. Y'all just got to bear with me for a minute because I got to show y'all that. Okay, now, those two upside down triangles right there. See this triangle right here? Alright, it's facing down. That's the mother line. That represents the vagina in the front. The mother line. Right? Now, when you put the mother line and the father line together, now watch what happens. Let's see this right here. Watch what happens. Look right here. Tree of knowledge. Tree of life. This is your crucifixion. Right? Your son of man being me. The 7. Right? Remember the 7 in the middle? The circle 7 in the middle? The 7 being crucified at the tree, trying to rescue mama. Now look. 4, 6, 8, 9. Now look. Sorrow and suffering. That's what the man got to go through. And idea, realization, joy and triumph. Right? All of those things is part of the process. All those things part of the process. Now look. This is your Vesica Pisces. Once both of them has made it into the Queen's chamber together. Both of them made it all the way up there together. Now, both of them is raised and passed to the highest point. You can't raise them no higher than that. Right? Let's see. Okay. So now, what's next? The Vesica Pisces, again, that represents the diamond. I showed y'all how it tied me to Suge Knight, Puffy Combs, being left-hand path, being bad boys moving silence. Bad boys moving silence is a reference to the Central Intelligence Agency. Right? The Central Intelligence Agency. Now, I've been up studying all day. I'm a little exhausted right now. I'm going to review this video because I need to know what material, because all of it not here. The rest of it going to have to be presented in the morning because I have my materials backwards. So I had to reorganize to show y'all the rest of the Vesica Pisces. Because I got to show y'all how the Vesica Pisces, right, form the two triangles. The two triangles form the diamond. The diamond represents the diamondback rattlesnake. I want y'all to see it. Right? The diamondback rattlesnake on the picture I showed y'all earlier with the oh, I didn't even say the page. Oh, that was in here. In the picture I showed y'all earlier. I'm gonna go to this picture. Alright, so in the same way I started, right here, I had to finish here. Alpha and Omega, as it was in the beginning, so that it had to be in the end. It had to be plain enough for a baby to understand it. So I went through the line of the woman through the lion, the woman through the bull, which was the calf, which was Hathor. This was Bast, which was the Black Panther, and this was the bikers, which was your American Eagle, and then you had your Patriots, who's represented by the diamondback rattlesnake. Now check this out. Y'all won't think I'm making it up. See how the white one pointing up, the black one pointing down. Look. The 13th seat of Ta'ert at the crown. Opening the third eye, opening the crown chakra. Same thing on this side. See? Old man Winter. Out the blue lodge. See this? Blue. He came out the blue lodge. He raised himself through the red lodge. Because you can't raise yourself from the blue lodge through the red lodge and get to her if you ain't a bad motherfucker. Because Mother Isis said that look, only one motherfucker bad enough to do that. The man couldn't make one on his own, so she had to do it by herself. I, Isis, am all that has been, that is or shall be. No mortal man has ever unveiled me until today. Until today. Because the fruit which I have brought forth is the sun. That is me. This day I become Ra'atin, the known God. We move out of the era of the unknown into the era of the known. This shit ain't no secret no more. Bring me my shit to the house. Bring me my shit to the house. Look, this even show you. This is the blue lodge. This is the red lodge. But even the mother had to stand over the blue lodge. See that? Upside down triangle, that's the woman. Upside down triangle, that's the woman. Can't escape this shit. The Vatican is the leg of the papal bull. So the same way that the Masons told me who he was, the shrine told me who he was, and now the Queen of Heaven and Earth said, yeah, it's the motherfucker that sit here. Look, on 7 hills. Didn't I tell you that's on the ground got to match what's in the sky? 7 hills, 7 stars. 7 hills, 7 stars. Look, this is the mother line. As above, so below. She telling you, look at that motherfucker down there. Shine your light on that motherfucker, let it be known. All motherfucking roads lead to Rome. Now, let me expose to y'all. These are patriarchal symbols. These 3. It's called an obelisk. This is a giant dick. 3 of them. Because of the patriarchal takeover of the system. This is a giant penis. A phallus symbol. It's sitting on the America, DC, military. Right? Vatican, Rome, religious. Right? The Crown, London. Right? It's only 3 city-states. London. Finance. So, when I first started, I had to identify the mark of the beast. Not the beast, but the mark of the beast, which was the dollar. Because you can't buy or sell without the dollar. Right? Anybody that been to the hood that seen somebody get their ass whooped by the mob, by the crew, that put the boots to him, no, that wasn't no whooping. He get up with a scratch. We know that's not going to happen. In real time, in real life, that's not going to happen. And so as we go into deeper into, Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson was the one who got, I should say, Umar Johnson was the one who was working on the school, and it would have moved so fast it would have scared him and stopped calling it a school and called it anything else. But that's a whole nother topic. So, Portia, you put it on there too, Umar Johnson. Yep. So from there, in that 22-year period, Tupac is trying to reach out to somebody, a very, very specific individual. Now, you got to remember, he's coming back like Machiavelli. Machiavelli is in exile. If Machiavelli is in exile, he's reaching out for somebody. But there's only one person that he could be reaching out at this end, and that would be the one that the lodges call Hiram, who would be the son or the widow's son. They call her the widow's son because her husband was so-called assassinated by his brother and her brother. This is your Osirian resurrection story. This is not your Jesus of the Bible story. Osirian resurrection is the original resurrection story. And so this is why they have to keep playing the scenario of a crucified Savior before you. So when you go to these books, you can look in Kersey Graves' 16 Crucified Saviors. And at various times around the world, you have the same story, but you have a different character playing the story. That's the same resurrection. They have to keep this in your memory so you can figure it out. So they have to keep repeating the cycle. So they had to assassinate Martin because it wasn't time yet. Malcolm was a different purpose. Mega Evers. They had to neutralize those they're not allowed to execute, like Imam Abu Jamal, Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, all of the ones in that Colorado Supermax. They're not allowed to kill them. All of those black leaders in prison right now, especially the ones in the Colorado Supermax. The ones in Colorado are there because they want to stifle their influence. Now notice that the ones in Colorado, they want to stifle their influence. Now, Mutula Shakur should have been released. He's past his out date and he doesn't have the prison record, but they don't want him on the streets because of his influence and his ability to think. No thinkers allowed. And so if Tupac gonna reach this person that he's reaching out for, then somebody would have to be able to see through the myth in order to get to what Tupac is doing. It ain't just Tupac. He ain't the only one. Gene Deal did a whole video called Biggie, Just Like Christ or something like that, where he compared the whole Biggie assassination to the Christ. Why would he do that 22 years later? Now, this is March 9th would be 22 years for Biggie. Last September was 22 years for Tupac. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe either one of them dead. Personally, me. I don't believe either one of them dead. I don't believe Eazy-E dead. I don't believe that Nipsey Hussle is dead. Evidence to support any of these deaths. Now, when I look at the evidence doesn't say what they're telling me. The evidence doesn't reveal what these people are telling us in the news and in these shows. What the evidence says clearly is this. There was a government conspiracy under the counterintelligence program to execute Tupac Amaru Shakur. As a result, the contingency was put in play by various people. I can tell you who I believe, but I don't have the inside information to support this. I believe that the Black Liberation Army, Nation of Islam, and the Black Panther hierarchy of the real Panthers and not the pseudo-Panther agents. Not them, the real Panthers. You got to keep that in mind. Geronimo Pratt was not a Los Angeles Panther, but he was a Panther out of Mississippi, a California Panther. Geronimo Pratt, Mississippi. Why is that important? Because the Panthers in Mississippi were first, different, and had a different psychology. When they realized the level of infiltration of the Panthers in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and various other places, the Mississippi faction of Panthers changed their name to the Black Liberation Army. Why did they change their name? They wanted to be distinguished from the group that was infiltrated. They wanted people that was wise enough to see the difference, to be able to know these are liberators. These are infiltrators, right? So now, what happened? Afeni married Matulu. Matulu is not a Panther, contrary to popular opinion. He's Black Liberation Army. Matulu is Black Liberation Army. Feeney was a Panther. Feeney had to find a solid individual to escape the infiltrators. I'm not going to get too deep into that right now. So now, in the decoding the Tupac, as we go down the line, so in the planning of the deaths, they got to have people in play that are totally clueless, which takes us to the movie In the Cruisers 2, when Eddie returns and his best friend is irate and he hurt. I was your best friend. You deceived me. Now, why is that scene important? If you see the Eddie in the Cruiser, if you see the Eddie in the Cruiser situation, see if I can pull some of it up. I don't know if y'all be able to hear it or not. But in there, Sal, which is his buddy. Now notice Sal's name got 3 letters, S-A-L. Sal's son asked him, is it okay if I go play with Richie? Names are keys too. Who would this Sal character be in real time? Whoever this Sal character be, his kid likes to play with Richie. Got to remember that. Sal's kid liked to play with Richie. That's no coincidence that my son's brother name is Richie. That's just not a coincidence. And so when we start moving into what's being said, what do Eddie tell Sal? He said, man, I couldn't take it. It was too much. So what did Finney say in the interview? She said, I wanted to fix it for my baby, but I couldn't. So he had to make a hard to leave quiet. I just condensed some stuff from different parts of her interview into a sentence. So y'all find it in pieces in her interview. With the same interview where she talking about he chose to leave quietly, it's the same interview when she wanted to fix it for her baby. It's the same interview when there was nothing she could do. With all of the shit she knew, she didn't know how to stop these people from trying to kill her baby. So what do? He don't do nothing. But the contingency is executed to get him out alive. They have to get him out alive, to get him out intact. In order for him to be able to come out in 2019 with his next product, in order for him to connect with the Son of Man, Hiram, the raised one, and push this liberation to the next level. Now, I don't know this to be the facts, but I know our history. And in our history, we had a naming ritual. And we did it on both sides of the water, over here in the in the Amur Inca, and over there in the Afar Inca. On both sides of the water, we whisper every day until the child gave a coherent answer as to what their name was. You whisper it in their ear every day. And it had to be at the exact same time every day. And it has to be done by the mother. Only the mother can extract the true name of the child out. It can take as long as a year for the child to tell the mother coherently what their name is. Now, I believe, based on African conjure, not based on talking to Afeni or talking to Tupac, but based on my knowledge of African conjure and watching his family live the matriarchal family lifestyle and watching their understanding of the culture. I believe every day she asked him, "What is your name?" Every day. 9 months go by, and he finally answered her, Tupac Amaru. And when she looked it up and discovered who he was, if she didn't already know, she's like, "That's my baby, and I'm naming him that." Changing his name from Lazane Paris Cooks to Tupac Amaru Shakur. Now the name itself has a meaning. The shining serpent or the wise serpent. What are they talking about? They're talking about the gold cord or the gold light, that little sliver of gold in the heart that only your goodness, sincerity,